Hi, I'm Shiro. I live in Japan with my wife and our two daughters under 4. Today, I'll show you a real day in the life of a dad of 2 kids in urban Japan. I have a morning routine. Within 2 minutes of getting out of bed, I start making Tamagoyaki. Since my wife is usually up at night with our 1-year-old, making breakfast is my job, and Tamagoyaki happens to be Umi's favorite. This is Umi, our 3-year-old daughter. She and I share this room as our bedroom. I use this professional copper Tamagoyaki pan. Once you get used to it, it makes beautiful Tamagoyaki. I wipe it clean without washing it with water. Then I coat it with oil to prevent rust. This is Fu, our little sister who turned 1 2 weeks ago. She sleeps in another room with my wife. Next, I make miso soup. To make it tasty with little effort, I use dried wakame seaweed and dried shiitake mushrooms. I add a little Japanese dashi stock, then bring it to a boil from cold water. In between, I drink my protein. I also add creatine and glutamine. Next, I fold the laundry. We keep a washer dryer next to the bathroom. If I press the button before bed, the washing and drying are done by morning. Without it, life as a dual income couple with 2 kids under 4 just wouldn't work. I always hope to finish folding before the kids wake up, but will I make it today? I can hear Fu. My wife is short on sleep from the night wakings, so I let her sleep as long as possible. Rubbing my cheek against her soft, fluffy cheeks is one of my favorite morning rituals. I used to do the same with Umi, but sadly, these days she usually pushes me away. Time for a diaper change. Fu loves climbing up high lately, so I put a baby helmet on her to protect her head if she falls. Once I leave the folded laundry on the couch, my wife packs it into the daycare bags or puts it away. The miso soup has come to a boil. I wait until it drops below 60 degrees Celsius before dissolving the miso. I start plating the food. Oh, the door just opened. And there's Umi, Scooping her up the moment she wakes is my favorite morning routine, and I'm pretty sure she loves it just as much. The laundry I folded onto the couch is back on the floor. Few's handiwork, of course. Umi has started doing origami. Fold along the lines and it becomes a bunny. It still looks a little hard for her, but she moves her fingers carefully, thinking it through. She asked for the scissors. Next, she wants to play with kirie, paper cutting. This is a kirie Umi made. She loves cutting along the lines with scissors. In Japan, kirie is a classic kids activity. Do you have something similar in your country? Let me know in the comments. To keep Fu away from the scissors, I had Umi move to the table. And Fu has taken the chair Umi was just using. The temperature has dropped below 60 degrees Celsius, so I dissolve the miso. This way, the miso keeps its nutrients and flavor. At our house, we put up a gate so the kids don't come into the kitchen while we cook. Besides the tamagoyaki and miso soup, we eat side dishes my wife made ahead of time. The two sisters are playing happily together. Next, I prepare Fu's baby food. At our house, my wife makes the baby food, then portions it out and freezes it. I clear the table and get ready for the meal. Our place is small, so we use a table that expands only at meal times. Finally, breakfast. Until my wife is ready and has eaten, I look after the kids solo. Around 8 a.m., she and I switch off on childcare and I start getting ready or begin work. Umi figured out there was butter in her bagel. She can be picky, but she eats plenty of the things she likes. Few isn't picky yet and eats everything I put in front of her. My wife has a theory. Every day Few laughs at the first peekaboo, but the second one has no effect. I'll give it a try. She was right. Breakfast is over. Usually the floor around them ends up covered in food, but today they ate neatly. Afterward, I run the vacuum quickly to clean the floor. Today is Tuesday, so it's burnable trash day. This is a trash bin just for diapers. I leave getting the kids dressed to my wife and head out to take out the trash. In Yokohama, where we live, we can put out burnable trash twice a week. I might run into other residents, but out I go in my pajamas. It must have been raining until a little while ago. The leaves are all wet. The kids were already dressed.
父お仕事してくるね。みーちゃん、みーちゃん、父お仕事してくるけんね。いってらっしゃい。
I start my workday from home. It's almost 9 a.m. Leaving the house is apparently the hardest part, so I go help with that. Today we're running until 9, so it's not possible, but if we finish earlier, I walk the girls to daycare with my wife. Since I sit at a desk at home all day, walking to daycare in the morning is good exercise. Today my wife goes to the office, so until she's back, I'm on solo duty, pick up, bath time, and part of dinner. Work is done, and I've come to pick up the kids from daycare.
かわいいふーちゃん。ね。父の抱っこで我慢してください。
Umi is in a bad mood today and insists she doesn't want to go home. This is the kind of pattern that wears me out too. After about 3 minutes with no sign of leaving, I decided to give her some ramune candy.
いいよいいよ。肩車でね。あ、抱っこ。難しい。
It's tricky. On the way home, we found some beautiful hydrangeas. Hydrangeas bloom during the rainy season.
アジサイ通り。はい。あ、ちょっと触りたいってふうかが。あ、触った。触ったね、ふうちゃん。かわいいかわいい。
We don't allow eating while walking, so when Umi has her ramune, I carry her on my shoulders or in my arms. Uh-oh. Before heading to daycare, I forgot to set the bath to fill, so we can't take a bath right after getting home. This is going to throw off the whole evening. While the bath fills, I make dinner. By Umi's request, I'm making yakisoba.
大丈夫ふーちゃんあ、ふーちゃんが登っちゃう止めて海危ない危ない危ない
Fu keeps trying to climb the chair, so I can't cook in peace. Umi and Fu are playing nicely together. The vegetables and mushrooms are cooked through. Next, I stir-fry the meat.
大丈夫それ持っていいから降りて
Fu is full of adventurous spirit today.
ふーちゃん乗らないでよ
At this rate, dinner will never get done.
こらこらこらこらこら滑っちゃうね気をつけてねそれマイケル・ジャクソンのムーンウォークみたいねはい危ないです
My wife is home. What a relief. Today she's the one giving the kids their bath.
1時45分に起きとけ早く寝かした方がいいよ
Yakisoba is a very simple dish. You stir-fry the vegetables and meat, loosen the noodles, and pour on the sauce. If the kids don't get in the way, it's done in 10 minutes.
時の日だから時計を作りましたみたいな
Fu wrecked Umi's origami and Umi burst into tears.
どこ行ってはいはい手合わせてくださいいただきます
Umi is back in a good mood.
やだやだやだやだ
I forgot to fill the bath, but thanks to my wife, we're having dinner right on time.
かわいい
The kids are healthy and adorable, and my wife and I both did a great job today.
楽しいな
Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. I find happiness in these small, ordinary moments.
ピザが食べたいって言ってライブにしたかったけど遠かったけん八百屋でラムネをもらうことになった
My own father was always busy with work. and I rarely got to have dinner with him on weekdays. I love and respect him, but I chose a life spent with my kids, and honestly, it's a lot of fun.
次ふーちゃんです。
梅ちゃんも1歳4ヶ月の時いちごパクパク食べてたんですよ。ねえねえどうぞって。
歯磨きするよ。食べ物やと思って。
I hope this brought a little joy to your day too. See you next time.